I call out a womp. I pray this devil die and get every evil thing the Lord got to give. And listen, I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Come here, SHALAM. Come here, SHALAM. I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Black people on drugs, and we suffering and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at an end.
They love white people. Now that philosophy come from the white man. How you gonna love somebody that murdered and raped your ancestors, put you on slave ships, beat your back, made you forget your language, and forget how to serve your God? That's right. You gotta get high. You gotta smoke drugs and be the biggest hoe in the earth. You say you love all races after what the white man done did to us. Read Genesis 49 and 19.
Genesis chapter 49. 19, verse 19. Gad.
We talking about Gad. The tribe of Gad in the Bible. What the prophecy say?
Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
The Bible said a troop would overcome Gad. Of all the people that's on this sign right here, what group of people was overcome by a troop? What's another word for a troop? Cavalry, a militia, an army. Of all the nations on this sign, which people were overcome by a cavalry, by an army? You look at the tribe of Gad, the so-called Native American Indians. Who were the Native American Indians conquered by?
Oh.
Who marched them on a trail of tears from South Carolina, Florida, Atlanta, North Carolina, and marched them to Oklahoma? Who marched them to Arkansas? Who marched the Native American Indians to South Dakota and put them on reservations? Was it not the U.S. Cavalry? Was it not the United States Army? What the prophecy say about Gad?
Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
The Bible said a troop would overcome Gad. Hold that. Let me get the book, Black Indians. Let me get the book, Black Indians. Let me show you the page. We go into a book called Black Indians, written by a man named William Loring Katz. William Loring Katz chronicled various different accounts of Native Indians that were encountered by the so-called Europeans. It also chronicles how the so-called slaves mixed with those Native Indians. And their cultures were similar, and they shared a bond that was more than a slave and a master relationship. We're gonna go in this book, Black Indians, and show you what it says about what happened to the Native American Indians. You're gonna see that what it says correlates exactly with what happened to the tribe of Gad as prophesied in the Bible. We in Black Indians, page 136, start where it says Trail of Tears.
For white U.S. citizens and the eastern states, problems presented by Native Americans were solved and the single and dramatic stroke by Indian Removal Act of 1930.
This book says that the problems that Eastern Americans were dealing with the Native American Indians were all solved with one dramatic move. What was that dramatic move that solved the Native Indian problem for Europeans in America? In 1830, the Indian Removal Act was signed. Does anybody know who the president was that signed the Indian Removal Act? It was Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act. What did the Indian Removal Act do? The Indian Removal Act started the systematic process of taking Native Indians, killing them off of their land, and marching them onto reservations. You're right here. We're gonna read some more.
It provided for the mass deportation of the 5 civilized nations.
It provided for the deportation of the 5 civilized Native Indian nations. When do we hear that word deportation? today. What happens when somebody gets deported? Can somebody tell me what is the act of deportation? What happens when you get deported out of America? No sweat. I thought y'all was scholars. I thought y'all had some knowledge. I thought y'all knew something. Now you want to learn. You should continue to shut up and learn this. I'm going to tell you what it means to be deported. When you're deported, it means you're in a country that you, in a land you don't belong in, and you get removed from that land. Who was here? Who was running America 500 years ago prior to Christopher Columbus coming to this hemisphere? Who ruled in North America? Who had the power and had farmland in North America before Europeans came? Was it not the Native Indians? When a white man comes to America and he set up colonies, how the hell could he deport somebody who's living lawfully on this land and move them to a reservation?
Right.
Huh?
You was the scout.
The white man's the damn devil the Bible speaks of, man. He came over here, Native Indians were 500 nations strong. And the white man came and said, this is my land. You can't live here no more. How could you take somebody's land and make a move off of it? Huh? The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. We're going to keep reading the history on what they did to the Native Indians. Read.
From their huge fertile homeland.
They moved the 5 civilizations from their huge fertile homeland. Read.
In the southeast.
In the southeast, like I said, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, you understand, Alabama, all those lands belong to the Native Indians. But what happened to it? Read.
Some 60,000 red and black men.
60,000 red and black men. The white man's a damn devil, so he ain't gonna tell you the real statistics. It was more like 5-6 million of us living in Southeast America. And what they do to us? Read.
Black men and women were eventually deposited on lands.
We were deposited from our lands. Read.
In Arkansas and Oklahoma that whites consider uninhabitable.
Now, they took us from our fertile lands in the southeast of America. And where did the white man drop us off? He dropped us off in Arkansas and Oklahoma, lands that he considered to be what?
Uninhabitable.
The white man took us from all of our plush, fertile land and moved us somewhere where he couldn't even live. Those Native Indians are dying, struggling on the reservation. You want to know why? Because those lands are uninhabitable. You can't grow no damn crops in Oklahoma. You can't grow no damn crops in Arkansas on the reservations. Ask a Native Indian from South Dakota what they growing in South Dakota. That is damn thing. You want to know why? Because those lands were uninhabitable. But the white man came here and made a decision that he wanted this land. And in order for him to keep it, he was willing to do whatever it took. And in his struggle to do whatever it took to conquer this land, he murdered millions of Native Indians and launched them to Oklahoma and Arkansas, where they surely have faced death. That's why Native Indians right now in America, they about 3% of the population. They #1 demographically in suicide. Native Indians commit more suicide than anybody else on the planet. That is anybody you want to try and figure out why. Y'all like to philosophize. Y'all think y'all know everything. Why are Native Indians #1 in suicide in America?
Probably because of people like you.
Because of the white man.
That's why.
A woman that gets raped and has to live with her oppressor every day. What happens to her? She ends up being a hoe. Until one day she thinks that she joining Islam is going to change her life. A black woman that gets raped and has to live every day with her oppressor, she grow up and be the biggest hoe you ever heard of. The Native American Indians have been raped and murdered and robbed off of their land. And every year, guess what they got to endure? The white man celebrating Columbus Day. The white man celebrating Thanksgiving when he murdered them and took their land. How could you live, black man, facing your oppressor every day, knowing that he's moving on the land that belongs to you?
I don't celebrate Columbus.
The Native Indians commit suicide because their history and heritage has been wiped out by the devil. Read on.
What he did
In 1832, the Choctaws were driven westward to the new Indian territory.
In 1832, the Choctaw Indians were driven from their homeland to the new Indian territory. Read.
In mid-winter, they were among the first to leave blessed
Like I
lands
about the white man and how much of a devil the white man is. When the white man marched the Native Indians from their homelands in the southeast to Oklahoma, he did it in the dead of winter. He did it while snow was falling. Did it while it was freezing. Read on.
Removal meant more than a change of geography. Fragile cultures were uprooted by army troops and
Read it again.
removal meant more than a change of geography.
Like the book says that the removal of the Native Indians was more than just a geographical problem. Read on.
Fragile cultures were uprooted by army troops.
Fragile cultures, meaning their culture was already on the fringe, already weak and broken by white man oppression. The final stroke was what?
By army troops and driven to an alien climate.
Army troops came in and drove various different cultural groups of Native Indians, broke up their families, and drove them to another land. Read on.
For Cherokees, it was a murderous trail of tears.
For the Cherokees, what the white man did to them was a murderous trail of tears. Read on.
President Martin Van Buren
Martin Van Buren was the president after Andrew Jackson. Read.
ordered 7,000 soldiers
He ordered 7,000 soldiers. Read.
under General Winfield Scott
Under General Winfield Scott. Read.
to move a nation of 14,000.
A nation of 14,000. Now, of course, the white man, the devil, is a lot more than 14,000. Read.
Homes were burned, livestock tools,
Homes were burned. Livestock was taken. Read.
tools, printing presses, and personal possessions seized and destroyed.
Livestock, tools, printed presses, personal possessions was all taken or destroyed by the white man. Read.
Cherokee men, women, and children, including 1,600 black Cherokees, were parted westward in midwinter by federal bayonets.
In midwinter, federal U.S. troops came and marched the Gadites off of their land in the middle of the winter to the reservation that the white man decided that they should live on.
There's like this whole place.
Hold that, go back to the Bible. Genesis 49, where it's talking about Gad. What did the Bible say would happen to Gad?
But
Genesis 49 and 19.
What happens to biracial people? Nope,
Genesis chapter 49, verse 19. Gad, a Jew shall overcome them.
The Bible said a troop would overcome Gad. And who was overcome by a troop like the Native American Indians? Who suffered at the hands of the white man's military more than the people from the tribe of Gad? Nobody. Let's get some more. Read on.
But he shall overcome at the last.
The Bible said, but guess what? Gad is going to overcome at the last. There's a remnant of us that's walking around here on the earth, and we're going to have vengeance for what's been done to us by the hands of the so-called white man.
That's right.
Read on.
All of Asher, his
Drop
beard.
that, drop that. Let me get 1 Samuel chapter 8.
Never like flowers are more right now.
We're going to get some more Bible history.
Whatever.
We're going to get some more out of the Bible about the tribe of Gad.
But it's funny because like what about biracial?
We're going to Judges chapter 20, verse 38. We're going to show you what the Bible says about the tribe of Gad and the cultural aspects that ties them to the Native American Indians in America today.
What Bible is that?
Judges chapter 20,
What
verse
Bible
38.
is
If
that?
you have any questions, you can come over here to the side.
What
Brother,
Bible
answer
is
all your
that?
questions.
What Bible is that?
Judges.
That's a book, but what Bible are you reading from?
Judges chapter 20, verse 38.
What Bible?
Again, we the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We've been on the streets teaching since 1969. And the sole purpose of us coming out on the streets is to wake up so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, and teach them the truth. Right now, we're talking about the Native American Indians and how they the tribe of Gad, according to the Bible.
Yeah, imagine we're going to talk there's a $3,000 reward.
Right now, we're going into the book of Judges, chapter 20, verse 38. We're going to find out what the Bible says about the tribe of Gad and how it's evident that they are the Native American Indians in America today. Judges chapter 20, verse 38. Let me know when you got it.
Judges, chapter 20, verse 38. Now there was an appointed sign between the men of Israel and the liars in white.
Now, this is a time when Israel was at war. We in the middle of a battle, right? We trying to storm the city. So what happens is, one part of the army is on one side of the city. The other side goes on the other side, and they had a plan of to make a signal for when they all were going to attack in unison. Let's read what the Bible says about their signal for their attack. Read.
That they should make a great flame with smoke.
Now, their signal to let one another know when it was time to attack was to make a great fire, right? What comes after you make fire? Smoke comes after you make fire. Read.
Rise up out of the city. And when the men of Israel retire in the battle, Benjamin began to smite and kill all the men of Israel.
Now, the plan was when it's time to attack, you're going to see a great puff of smoke go up in the sky. How did the Native American Indians communicate here in America? How would one village communicate with another village?
No one cares.
Didn't they make smoke signals? The Native Indians made smoke signals to communicate with each other. The Bible says that the Israelites made smoke signals to communicate with one another. Is that a coincidence? What other people on earth use smoke signals to communicate? I ain't never heard of anybody else doing it. Never heard about the white man, never heard about the Africans, never heard about the Arabs using smoke signals. That's Israelite culture. That's where the Native Americans got it from. Why? Because they were the tribe of gang. All right, drop that. Let me get Numbers 15 and 37. We're talking now about the culture of the Native Indians and how many of the aspects of their culture come right out of the Bible. How many people know anything about the Native Indians, about the way they dressed, about their how they dealt with women, what type of foods they ate, what gods they worship? Anybody know? No sweat, we're going to teach you. Native American culture comes straight out of the Bible because the Native American Indians are Israelite, the tribe of gang. You want Numbers 15 and 37. We're going to go in the Bible and show you what the Bible says about the culture of gang. Numbers chapter 15, verse 37.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses.
Here's what the Most High told Moses thousands of years ago when we were in the wilderness. Read.
Saying, speak unto the children of Israel.
The Lord told Moses to speak unto the children of Israel. Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
The Most High told Moses to tell the Israelites to make sure that they put fringes in the borders of their garments. Right. Has anybody ever seen a Native Indian dress? Native Indian clothing? Native Indian garments? One thing that sets the Native Indians apparel apart from everybody else is the fringes that they would wear on their garments. Right. Why did the Native Indians have fringes on? Read what the Bible said.
And they, speaking unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they may make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
The Bible said, bid the Native Indians to make fringes in the borders of their garments. Read.
Throughout their generations.
Throughout all their generations. You see pictures of Native Indians and the way that they dress. Somebody come look at this picture right here. Right here in the book, Black Indians, they showing you the way that Native Indians dress. Right. This man is being tortured by Spanish conquistadors. But you can see on his garment, he has fringes on. Why did the Native Indians have fringes on their garment? You come a little bit closer if you want to see. Look at the bottom of his garment. You see how he got fringes dangling from his dress? Why does he have on fringes? Why do we wear fringes today? Y'all look at us like we we strange and we weird when we keeping the culture of our ancestors that comes out of the Bible.
When nowadays I work hard on the job, till I come cross y'all, still like I'm a criminal. Trying to get caught, it could be your first charge. Like, man, you ain't getting the minimum. It go dip, squat, 5 mile run, push, pull, sit on, goddamn, get strong. Looking at my baby, trying to keep them doing wrong. It's too long for they grown, I can't leave them on their own. They killed Daddy like he had a 30-day cake. The news covering up the story for what they say. It took me back.